Welcome to the Air We Weeb Anime in Review. I'm Shauna.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Tim.
I made the mistake of eating food. I'm your friendly place it as.
Place it? Platelet?
Place it?
It's hard to talk with food in your mouth, okay?
You're eating dinner off a platelet.
It's true.
Blood jokes. Ew, blood is so gross. How am I going to talk about the show?
Why are we making so many blood
there.
jokes? What show did we watch, guys?
We watched Cells at Work this week, and we're going to talk about it.
Wow.
Yeah, Hataraku.
Yo, Weeb, read the describey of the show.
Everyday cells struggle to remove or resist against pathogenic cells, such as germs, bacteria, from invading the body. A ditzy red blood cell who is new to her job, AE3803, and a ruthless white blood cell who is part of the immune system, U-1146, are featured in a story as protagonists.
Cool.
And I'm your friendly platelet as.
Blood jokes. So we're going to do our best not to spoil anything in the next little bit, but we'll give you a heads up when we're getting into spoilers.
Spoilers, bodies die.
Cells have a very limited lifespan. What's your overall opinion of Cells at Work, Tim? What do you think?
Overall, I liked it. I just thought that it was a cool way of kind of informing people about how the body works. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminded me of a similar movie called Osmosis Jones, which I don't know if you guys have seen.
Oh, man.
I love Osmosis Jones.
And the show.
Oh, there was a show?
There was a show. It was great.
Oh, I don't even remember the animated movie, but yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Weeb.
I really enjoyed it. I'm the one that said that we should watch it. I think, y'all know me, it has violence, people working hard. That's it. That's all I need. But also, it's really cute, and you'll learn some stuff. Or I learned some stuff. Maybe I'm just stupid. But
I feel like I learned a lot, too. Like, yeah. I liked it. I found that the second half dragged a lot for me. I enjoyed the first half a lot. I think that when you are less in the mood for a teaching tool, then it's less fun to watch. But it's incredible as a teaching tool. I remember actually a lot of the things that the cells do.
Exactly.
I retain no information at all.
I learned a thing.
I actually got sick recently, and like going through my mind the whole time was like how in my body these things were happening that I had seen in the show.
Wait, so Shauna,
disgusting.
You didn't like the second half?
Say again, Weeb?
You didn't like the second half? You just like the first?
It's not that I didn't like it. I found it a grind to get through because I wasn't in the mood for it. Like, you know me and episodic things, I'm not crazy about them. So it's a grind for me to get through things that are purely episodic. But as a teaching tool, the show's pretty incredible.
I thought the first half was okay, but I really enjoyed the second half.
Same.
So
I think it was just the mood that I was in. I did like the last two episodes, though. I thought that they were a strong finish without giving any spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
That was the best part of the show.
Well, they're part of the same thing. It's part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like the actual first half was more episodic than the second half. Once they get into like the backstories and all that, I thought that was really interesting when they started actually doing like 2-part episodes and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was paced better probably in the second half, but everything was new and cute and quirky in the first half, and that had worn off for me by the second half. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
We still haven't asked, what did you think of it?
It was okay.
Okay.
Average. There were some enjoyable parts. There's a lot of things I just was not in the mood for.
Give us an example. What did you like? What you didn't like?
It's spoilers.
Oh, okay, never mind.
We'll get to that. But first, does everyone recommend it? Would you recommend it, and why?
Are you asking me?
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first. So, if you're in the mood for something episodic, and you want to learn some things, you want to get learnt, I'd recommend it.
I think...
Nice little cute anime.
Yeah, I think if I was in the sciences, I would geek out over it a lot because they find a lot of really quirky ways to incorporate like factual things into the processes of these cells, and that's really, really cool. I think I'm on the same page as like it was okay for me. I didn't love my viewing experience, but I think certain people would absolutely love the show, and I think other people would be bored, and I think it just depends on what you feel like and what kind of anime you want to watch. But like as far as quality of the show, like yeah, I'd recommend it enough for with those caveats attached, I guess.
Yeah, and then for me, I'm kind of I think a little bit higher on it than both of you. I think it was like you guys said, a good teaching tool for learning about the body. And then I liked like quirkiness of it and the cuteness of it. And it's kind of like a good, like a background, I guess, watch. Like it's like a perfect show to watch when you're doing something, but you're not going to be totally invested in like the characters or what's happening. At least not till maybe like the second half of the show. But yeah, it's a good fun watch.
It'd be good if it had a good dub. It doesn't have a dub yet, obviously, because it's pretty new. But if it had a good dub, I think it'd be easier to have in the background, kind of half watching, you know.
Yeah,
I think if it had a dub, it would be a great like kid show.
Oh yeah,
it'd be a fantastic kid show. I would show this if I was like an elementary school science teacher, and like I was hungover or something. I'd show this to them.
Too much blood.
There is a lot of blood.
Not for Weeb.
That's like the whole show.
They're literally all blood.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but it's not like graphic blood.
Yeah, it's just like, ooh, they're red. Big whoop.
I mean, there's a lot of stabbing violence.
Okay, look. I live in...
There's a lot of the message of kill people you don't like.
I live in not only America, but Texas. So, like, yeah.
Especially invading species. You know, this is a message to all, like, about Border Patrol. Really.
That's it. I think you're onto them.
Okay,
I'm onto it.
Let's move into the spoiler section. So if you haven't seen Cells at Work, stop listening now.
Snape
because
kills
we're going to be
Dumbledore.
talking about specific things. What's everyone's favorite point of the show? What's the best part of the show?
Episode 9.
What happens in episode 9?
Episode 9 is when the dendrite cell shows all the killer T like intern cells or whatever. The dude's like how he grows up with the glasses dude and how he had I loved that. That was my favorite episode by far. Other than episode 12 and 13.
So boring.
I loved it. It was an episode about working hard and basically the military, so...
Yeah, it's up your alley. For those who don't know, Matt is training for the boat army, so...
I am
boat
that.
Army for boats.
That's true. But I really related to the dude because it's tough. He was having a hard time. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
That's just how it be sometimes.
That's just how it really do be like that sometimes.
Don't worry, it's war, so everything's will be fine.
Oh no.
Tim, what was your favorite part?
I'm kind of split because in terms of like the characters and stuff, I liked episode 9 because they had the backstory between the killer T cell and what's his name, the commander T cell.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was just really funny and fun to watch. But then I really liked, in terms of like the body and how you like see the body work, I really liked episode 11 when they had the heat stroke.
Oh yeah.
That was really cool, seeing like the sweat and how like when you get hot, the blood cells go to your skin, like the top layer. I thought
the
that was
human
really
body
cool.
is disgusting.
The human body is cool.
Yeah, but the show makes it
crazy.
so cute.
So gross.
I think it's cool.
My favorite thing is probably white blood cell being adorable, following red blood cell around and secretly helping her.
Yes. What episode was that in the heart? I loved that.
I just like their dynamic a lot, and how they just kept running into each other, and how that's literally impossible when there's trillions of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I
But he-
think this is
Since
like
the day they were young children.
I called
Yeah.
them.
It's
So I was
fate.
watching this. I was watching this with my friend, and she named them since they don't have names. So I'm gonna call the red blood cell. Her name is Ruby, and the white blood cell's name is Walter because he's boring, and Walter is a boring name.
Aw, he's not boring.
He kind of
Names
is,
are
though.
horrible. Your friend
I
is
called
wrong.
them that. You are wrong. Come up with better ones
I-
then, right now, on the spot. Do it.
White blood cell and red blood cell.
You can leave. You can get
I
out
like
of here.
the sound of their names that they called each other in Japanese. I don't remember what it was, but they were
Oh.
cute. I liked that they just called each other that.
It's Hakkekyu and Sekkekyu.
They were
It's
cute.
just red blood cell and white blood cell, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I think that white blood cell is best boy. I'm sorry, but I do.
It's 100% he's best boy.
Nah.
There's no way he's not best boy.
Let me tell you who best boy is right quick. Okay. What
You think it's
episode
the
was it?
blonde little... You think it's the killer
Yes.
T cell. Of
No,
course you do.
No,
He thinks it's a naive T cell.
No, I think it's naive cell before he turns into the killer T cell, and he has the little whoop-de-doo on his hair. That dude, when he's like crying to the dendritic cell, that is best boy.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
So
I don't think
best
so.
boy
We've
is
all agreed.
anybody that cries.
Anyone that cries. Yeah, I think it's the killer T cells.
Deku and
Yeah, Deku.
Yeah, Deku's best boy.
Deku is best boy in every show. Factual.
Who's best girl? The platelet little girl.
Oh, no, I
the-
think red blood cell. I like Ruby.
the one that shoot, I'd forget her name. The fat cell.
Oh, yeah.
Best girl.
No. Okay. Macrophage.
right.
No, I think red blood cell is definitely best girl.
Okay,
What was...
Yes, so
I think
shonen protagonist.
I think red blood cell is best girl, but like the macrophage is 100% waifu material.
Well, Macrophage is my favorite cell of all of them. I think that
Same.
she's like super dope, and the fact that like she does cleaning and she raises the other cells, and she's like a crazy fighter, and
Yeah.
like she changes based on whether she's inside the vessel or outside the vessel. That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
know.
awesome.
She was
She's
my
perfect.
favorite.
Yeah, she's
Or-
probably
Like the ace of
my
spades.
favorite
NK
cell, too.
cell. I really liked NK
Oh.
cell.
Who's that?
Yeah, that seems up your alley.
Okay. I
She's
feel
like the
very
military
judged right
woman.
now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Tim,
she's the
what's your
one
favorites?
in episode 7.
Tim,
Which one was the one who like took on the parasite and like everyone was like making fun of her?
Ooh.
oh yeah,
Oh,
I know who you're
not
talking about.
Maka.
With the she was pink with the little like not trident.
Yeah.
It had 2 prongs, but yeah.
I thought she was really cool too.
I hate that there are no names. That's my least favorite part of the show is that there are no names. Or
Yeah,
not
there's
really.
like it's really hard.
Yeah, that was an issue I had with it as well.
is that everyone's worst point of the show? No names.
There are no names.
Let's
It's
talk
annoying.
about episode 7,
Look,
because the
I
true
liked
worst
it.
part of the show.
The best part, you mean?
I'm
It was
not gonna
really good.
sympathize with the cancer, the disease.
That's fair.
It's not happening, guys.
Yeah,
like
so
it, I mean, because when you think of cancer, just in general, like even before watching
No,
the
it's
show,
only bad.
you think
it's
you
only
think of
bad.
it's like a terrible thing, but then when you watch the episode, you understand, like it's just a clone, like a bad clone. That's it.
yeah, I think it gave me a good perspective on cancer, but like it doesn't necessarily mean that like you need to have sympathy for it. But it was cool to be reminded that hey, cancer cells are like a bad copy. Like there's something that your body does. It's not like an invading virus.
Right. It's like a pretty normal thing, actually.
And it said that your body actually makes thousands of them a day.
Hmm.
They go insane.
But episode 7 is where we're introduced to NK Cell. So I think it's a good episode.
Yeah, I thought it was the most like interesting episode because it was cool, like how he would disguise himself and he tricked them all into like leading them to wherever that building was, and then he reveals himself.
I feel like we haven't really fully gotten a true amount of Az's rage yet about this
No,
episode.
we
I
haven't.
want to hear
No,
Az's
that's
rage.
just it. I just hate that they try to make me sympathize with cancer.
As open the
It's not,
floodgates.
it's not happening. Cancer just makes me angry.
That's fair. I think everyone here doesn't like cancer. I don't think anyone likes cancer.
Right.
I don't even think cancer likes cancer. Let's be honest. Not even cancers like cancer.
I don't know. Do you see the episode?
He seemed like he just wished he was another cell.
He just wished he was normal. Even he didn't like being cancer.
Yeah, it's true.
You right.
I think for me, the worst part of the show was not ever getting to know red blood cell or white blood cell really more than just their surface level behaviors. Like, I was like,
had their quirks, basically.
Yeah, I was just kind of sad that, which you get after the first couple episodes. You're like, oh, it's not going to go deeper than this. Okay.
Well, what's that one episode though where they're little kids?
6.
Was it episode 6?
Yeah, but it doesn't provide, like, she doesn't even remember that it's him. Like, there's no progression in their relationship at all. There's no progression for the human element in the show.
Okay,
really.
okay. Let me say one thing that bothered me though. I do have one thing that really bothered me, and you just made me remember it. They're like, this happens like 2 or 3 times. We're like, will I ever see you again? And the guy's like, nah, probably not. There's like 37 point something trillion of us. Like, you'll never see me again. And then every single episode is them hanging out.
Well, he follows her towards the end, so clearly he's finding her on purpose.
Okay, he's trying to spend his whole, 20 days with her?
Yeah, we Googled the lifespan of the white blood cells, and it was, 15 to 20 days, and then red blood cells are over 100 days.
Yeah, it was 120 days for red blood cells, and like 20 max for white blood cells.
What a short-lived romance.
What else bugs me about the show?
What?
Every single time a character appears on screen, they give the entire paragraph of what the cell does.
Yeah,
because
it's annoying.
I don't need 13 episodes to tell me what a red blood cell does. I got it. Thanks.
It's educational though.
Educational is one thing. Taking up like 3 minutes worth of each episode to explain every single character and every single thing they do is not.
Yeah, that's why bothered me too.
I feel like that's why it kind of puts itself first and foremost as an episodic teaching tool. And when you look at it as like an engaging show, that actually detracts from it, like you were saying. And it did for me too, because it's just like, okay.
And I wouldn't have minded if they did that like once for every like new cell, but they would keep doing it for the same one. Like,
yeah.
And I just thought that was a little overkill.
Every time Commander T-Cell came on screen, like he's the Commander T-Cell. He tells them all what to do. When there's an invading force. Thanks, I couldn't tell that by his name.
This is a good time to ask then, did the show manage to teach you anything, Az? What did you learn?
I think I learned the macrophage thing.
Yeah.
They're like different on the inside and outside. Otherwise, I think I knew most of this stuff.
Oh, so smart.
Well, now I feel stupid.
I'm very sick all the time. I know too many things about the human body.
I literally just knew about like red blood cells and white blood cells and platelets, and that was it.
I feel like I needed a refresher on everything.
Everything
I was like,
else was new to me. Well,
for every single thing.
I got into a motorcycle accident, and I actually donated platelets the day before I got into a very bad motorcycle accident.
Oh, no.
They just give you back your
and
own
they literally
platelets.
gave out. I doubt they were my own, but I did get platelets the very next day because I was just bleeding
Can you get
everywhere.
your own blood?
Huh?
Gross. I hate blood.
Can you get your own blood? Can they do that? Is that a thing they do?
I don't know. I definitely got some blood and some platelets, though, because I literally donated platelets, got in a motorcycle accident, and would not stop bleeding.
You probably wouldn't have that happen unless you went to the same like hospital that you donated to.
I went to the closest hospital to the place I donated to, but it was the next day. I'm sure my platelets were still at the donation place.
Those cute little platelets.
The platelets are adorable.
The platelets are the
them.
best.
They're the best part of that show.
Oh my gosh.
I love it when they're directing traffic with their little traffic rods.
Okay, anyone listening, you should go look them up on YouTube. Just look up Cells at Work platelets. They're like little like school children with little hats and satchels, and they're adorable.
Should have been the stars of the show. Let's be honest.
They
Platelets.
were.
Yeah, and I like how they showed like what they do. Like they make that special like protein that's like a blanket and they
Fibrin.
Yeah.
Have y'all gone on YouTube and looked at Dr. Hope's sick notes?
No.
No.
Why would we do that?
Okay, because here's why. If you just look up Cells at Work, he's literally like the first thing that comes up on YouTube. But he's a real life doctor, and he watches the show and then has like commentary over it.
Oh,
And,
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's super cool because they actually go into way more detail than you think, even in just like how the characters are designed and everything. And I learned a lot from watching his videos. He goes
Yeah,
like
I have
in
seen
depth.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Y'all should check it out.
I really liked that the red blood cells hats look like what we have seen red blood cells to look like in pictures. It's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're all like walking and you get an above shot, you just like see their little hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish that would have been the case for more of the character designs for the cells. Like they incorporated more of what they actually look like as a cell.
Yeah, we didn't
Just
really
white.
get much of what white blood cells look like besides just being like super stark white, which I actually really liked because it's so crazy, like
Yeah.
how white he is and then how much blood he gets covered in all the time from murdering things.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's a nice contrast for that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I remember before I saw this show that like his character design was really striking and it made me want to watch the show.
I saw some really good Cells at Work cosplay at San Japan like last year.
Oh, nice. Ooh, which character?
Walter and Ruby.
Uh-huh.
Who's that?
The main
Who's that?
characters, the red blood cell and the white blood cell with no names.
Oh, okay. If you think Weeb's names are good, email us at failedsquared@nanoland.ca.
That's not our
gonna,
email.
people are gonna forget our actual email.
That's not our email.
What's our
Ads
email?
will just have to
Shauna?
cut it all out.
What is our email? Is it just the air we weeb at
The
The air
gmail.com?
we weave at gmail.com.
It's failed
We
square.
never say it.
Oh.
Sorry, Tim, you were saying something. You can finish.
No, go continue. What is our email?
The air we weeb at gmail.com.
As a teaching tool, I actually recommended this show to my cousin who's a nurse because I know she watches anime, and then because this show has a lot to do with like biology and anatomy, and that's something that she's been learning through school and all that. She's a new nurse, so I recommended it to her. So I'm kind of curious to see what she thinks about it, since she's
Yeah.
actually in that field.
That sounds so exciting. Like, I bet if I was in the medical field, I would be geeking out on this show hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
I like in the opening titles that it's just like, we are cells at work.
Oh, I love the opening theme so much.
The
That's a
opening is
good
fantastic.
opening.
Why do they change it towards the end though? They make it kind of weird.
It's kind of boring, though.
I disagree.
The song is very average, but the opening
think
itself is good.
The
Alright,
opening is S tier.
I misread my notes.
I think the song is pretty
Song
good.
is good.
Yeah.
The opening shots is pretty bland.
What?
Yeah.
I disagree. I think it's good. Also, do y'all actually take notes?
Yes.
Oh, that's probably why I suck at this. I've literally never once taken notes.
Ending, the song is good, but the shot is pretty bland. At
I
least
like
it's
the
cute.
shot of just the platelet riding on her box forever.
It's very cute, but it's also very minimalist.
No, you want to know what's great? It's whenever the white blood cell turns around and he has the platelets on his shoulder and he has a knife and the platelets that has like a little like toy trowel or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Is this in the closing theme?
It's in the opening.
Oh, okay. Well, you know me, I always skip the opening, so.
Well, did you like the opening overall?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was really cute. And then I skipped it.
If I really like an opening, I'll watch it a couple times.
Yeah.
But then like towards the end, I might skip it a couple, and then like the last episode, I'm like, I gotta watch it one last time, and then I'll
Nothing
watch it.
Usually the
beats-
last episode doesn't have the opening.
Really?
Okay, in season 2 of My Hero Academia, the opening song is so good that like I
The
would want to
sign?
listen to it every time. Oh, you know the one that is like
Peace sign.
It ends. I don't remember which one it is, but it ends and it's like
My Hero has a couple. Like they changed it a lot.
Isn't it peace sign?
I don't know.
Season 2 peace sign? I'm pretty sure season 2 is peace sign.
It has to be really good for me to like care about it, and I really liked the song in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's our opening and endings. So let's do our out of 10 ratings. Tim, out of 10, what does Cells at Work get?
Out of 10, I would give it a 7. I thought that it was good, but not great. It was fun to watch, cute and informational, but it's not something that'll probably stick with me after watching it for a while. And it's not something that I immediately want to go back and rewatch.
Yeah. Weeb, what about you?
I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna say an 8 and a quarter, so like an 8.25.
All right.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it had
all the things you want.
It had all the things I want and then some. It was cute. There was hard work and there was violence, and it was educational. And the art was pretty good. We haven't talked about the art. I thought it was pretty all right.
I did like the art style.
Mm-hmm. As what would you give it?
Character designs. I give it a 6. It was fine.
Yeah, I'm about there. I'm at a 6 or 6.5. On my anime list, 6. Because you can't give half points. It was good. It was fine. I enjoyed it. It had a lot of like good points, but it wasn't really compelling for me, and I found the second half to be a bit of a slog. And I don't think I would watch season 2, so yeah. It's just fine for me. But I can see it. I can totally see it being an 8 for someone for sure. It just wasn't for me.
Can I be truthful?
Yes.
I found the action scenes incredibly boring. Every single one.
I can see that. The action was a little bit kind of just...
Well, it's just them, like, flying past a germ, and, like, they're sliced in half, and there's blood everywhere. Or it was, like, that's it.
A germ flinging tentacles or something at a white blood cell, like, super fast, and you couldn't really see anything.
Yeah.
And every single time it's the germ appears, announces how they're gonna win, and then they like someone new comes up and kills them, and then like an explanation for it. So it's very formulaic.
Yeah, all the germs are so boring. Like the only one that's why I like the cancer episode, just because the villain was actually like somewhat more compelling than like the rest of them had been.
Yeah.
Because the rest of them are just so generic.
Character design was really good, and if you go and watch the sick notes, they put a lot of thought into it, because a lot of the germs actually look like actual germs.
Ooh, like the grapes.
The grapes?
Grapes.
The staph infection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if that's actually like a thing they just made up for the show, how they're like all related somehow. They're like, oh yeah, that's my cousin you killed, and I'm gonna get revenge on you.
Yeah, they're like, when they talk about disease, they talk about like families, right?
Yeah.
They're like part of the same strain or whatever.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'm not a doctor.
The allergen is best indistinguishable blob.
Yeah, I liked him. He was funny.
Yeah.
Pollen.
Well, I liked how literally the pollen did nothing wrong, and then the body just overreacted.
Yeah, I like how pollen works.
Yeah, I know. I really liked it. I liked how they did that.
What you guys think of the voice acting?
Nothing stood out to me as like super excellent, but it was good. Like it was fine. There was nothing that stood out to me as bad either. But there was no standout for me as like, wow, that was really impeccable work in particular. So
yeah, I thought it was pretty solid overall. Loved Red Blood Cell though.
Yeah, he would have to be my favorite for sure for the voice work.
Oh no, for the voice, Platelets were my favorite. I'm not even kidding about that.
Look up who voiced Platelets.
They're just adorable.
I one guy with the umbrella I thought was really weird though. Like I wouldn't understand anything he was saying.
Oh.
The guy that wore the...
I think he was the food poisoning episode.
The parasite, you mean?
The dude that wore like a ski mask and a raincoat. Yeah, he was weird. I never understood.
Yeah, he
him.
was like he kept speaking like really cryptically, and I like didn't understand anything he was saying.
He was great.
He was dumb. He was stupid.
No, he was great.
As will we ever agree
That's
on
so
anything.
Phil. Koen Kikyu. A mysterious and poetic character whose real occupation is unknown, appearing during a parasitic infection to make cryptic commentaries on the events unfolding.
Yeah, basically that.
So
why did the previous memories foretold everything?
I like that though. That was pretty funny.
I like that they don't understand when things outside the body happen. Like, they don't understand that they're getting like an IV and that helps them, and they don't understand that they're getting new blood. And they're just like, it just magically happened.
Wait, you look similar but different.
A bunch of dummies.
And the new red blood cells are like, well, I don't know how we got here, but we're here, so let's just do it. Let's just work.
We were asleep, and now we're not.
There was a character.
We're excited to get back to work.
How did y'all feel about the red blood cells? I want to say like the person she looked after, her kohai, like her intern, kind of.
I thought that it was like a good contrast to her, because that girl was like the opposite of what she was.
I didn't like her.
So yeah, I mean, she wasn't really like a nice person.
She was a bitch.
I don't know about that. She was just like very...
She's like a know-it-all. Like, she knows everything and she's confident in like what she knows.
Yeah, but then like the second anything happened that was wrong, she was like, oh, well, that's it. I quit. We're all gonna die. This is like...
Well,
what?
to be fair, it had turned into an ice world and everyone was dead. So
still, she was like
she went through Walking Dead syndrome.
Yeah. But I think that was good, because that does show that, like, that shows kind of a little bit more of Red Blood Cell's character, and, like, that she isn't going to give up, and that she was just going to do her job, and that's cool.
Yeah. I will say, I did like the scene where she was delivering oxygen, and the black-haired one, I don't know how to tell them apart because there are no names, but her, like, intern was like, you should just give him the oxygen. She's like explaining everything, and the guy's just like, just give it to me right now. Like, he gets like slowly more and more pissed off.
Them not understanding them asking for oxygen just made me so angry. They're like, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Yeah, they kept
screaming.
What's wrong? And they're like, we can't breathe. We're dying. Give us oxygen. They're like, we have your oxygen delivery.
He was
What's
literally
wrong?
saying oxygen, oxygen, and like they're just like sitting there, like, what do we do?
And she leaves the box. She doesn't even open the canister for him.
And then,
like, you have this. You got this.
Also,
okay,
like,
guys, I got a question for you.
Okay, what's up?
Guess which character from Haikyuu White Blood Cell is.
What?
The same voice actor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. Man. I can't remember his name. Is he on Karasuno's team?
Describe him to me.
Is he on Karasuno's team?
I don't know about that. I know what he looks like from the picture and his name.
Does he have,
I'm
like,
gonna
a man
say
bun?
that it's Tsukishima.
Ooh,
okay.
That sounds pretty accurate. I would probably guess the same, because he has a very deep voice.
Shimada Makoto.
Shimada Makoto.
Who the heck is that?
He's wearing a green shirt. He's got glasses and black straight hair.
Put a picture of him in the chat. I want to see this.
He's Karasuno High School's volleyball club's alumnus. He and Takino are part of the Karasuno Neighborhood Association team.
Oh, it's one of the Neighborhood Association players. There's no way we were gonna guess that.
Yeah.
He's the guy. No. Yeah, he's the guy who teaches the serve. That one guy.
Yeah, the serve that doesn't spin. Yeah. Yeah, we were never going to guess that in a million years. He's a minor character.
What are our similar show recommendations for Cells at Work?
I have none.
Oh, man.
I've never seen a show like this.
Another cutesy show. I don't know enough Moe.
Yeah, something cute and episodic.
What's Moe?
Cute.
Oh.
Okay, so I don't know of any shows like this, but if you like anything at all, you should watch Haikyuu.
Agreed.
But yeah, I've never seen a show even remotely like this.
Oh, Shirobako might be good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty similar. I literally just clicked recommendations in Mal. I'm a
You're
stealer.
a cheater. Stealer. I don't really gravitate towards this type of show, so nothing comes to my head offhand.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I've seen anything that's so like informational either.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty unique for that.
Except,
say...
you know what really teaches you about volleyball? Haikyuu.
That's true. Honestly,
I did learn
though,
a lot.
You know what teaches you about never giving up? Naruto.
That's true.
I did want to say one thing.
Alright.
It's something that I noticed, like, I think in the beginning of the show when I was watching, like, this poor guy that these people are living in has had to go through, like, a ton of terrible illnesses in, like, a short span of time.
How do we know it's a guy they live in?
Because I think when he sneezes, you can hear, like,
well,
it's a manly sneeze.
It's like multiple voices, though.
I think they're trying to not put a face on who it is, so you can be like, oh, this is happening inside me right now, no matter who you are.
Also, since we know
parasites.
Since we know that white blood cell can only live for 20 days, so all of these horrible things have happened in 20 days.
Yeah, he's had like food poisoning, influenza, heat stroke, like ton of stuff. Allergies.
He almost dies.
Is it even possible to go through all that in just 20 days? Because the flu takes like a week to get over.
You can have a flu for a day.
Hemorrhage shock.
You can get over the flu in a day?
Hemorrhage shock is just
24-hour flu. Come on.
I've never had that. Whenever I get the flu, it's a week-long thing, and it's horrible.
Time to get a new immune system.
That's probably another thing we could discuss is how, like, throughout the show, like, each illness gets worse and worse, so it's like, how they respond to it.
Yeah, that was a huge jump. It was like, oh yeah, now he's in, how do you call it? The hemorrhagic shock or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I have the common cold. Oh yeah, I got my leg chopped off. And it's like, whoa. Okay.
My brain is bleeding.
I assumed it was the usual anime trope of I got hit by a car.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know what else to cover.
Yourself.
This is going to be a short episode.
This is a PG-13 podcast.
Wait, what?
Shiro, put some clothes on.
Shiro!
He's sleeping.
You should put clothes on Shiro. That'd be cute.
Yeah.
Me and Weeb could talk about the bonus episode.
Yeah, how was the bonus episode? I couldn't stomach watching anymore.
The bonus episode was trash. It was so stupid.
Gotta stop.
It was just... Stop what?
Stop clipping the mic, please.
I will never stop clipping the mic. Never. So, the bonus episode...
Weeb's out of this episode.
Okay, I'm cool with that. The bonus episode comes right after a very good 2-part thing over like a super series. Like the dude like lost at least a third of his blood and is like dying and had to go to the hospital. And it's like really good and I really enjoyed it. And then there's like, you know what, let's just throw in the common cold and like have it be about pranks. It's like, what the fuck? No. It was so like literally it was just pranks. It was like Dumb and Dumber for a whole episode.
And it wasn't red blood cell and white blood cell, was it? It was like some rando?
No, literally they weren't in it at all until the very end where they literally just put red blood cell's face in a little like thought bubble for half a second and then in the episode.
A white blood cell was in it for a little bit.
For like 2 minutes at the end when he kills all of them. Yeah,
it was mainly this common cell, a cold virus, like a cold cell, and then like killer T cells and like those kind of cells.
It was stupid. I hated it.
Yeah, it was.
They're like,
it was
let's
mainly...
mix up the salt and sugar. Let's put a punch.
Was there platelets?
No, I don't think. Were there?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Let me check.
I guess platelets have nothing to do with the common cold. Okay, worst episode, easily. No platelets, no episode.
Easily the worst episode was the last one.
It was just like a fun extra episode. Didn't really have any
I wouldn't call it
Impact.
fun.
I thought it was okay. Like, it's nothing that's gonna like I don't think you need to watch it. It's just kind of like, sure, if you want something to throw on in the background, you could watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'm glad that you guys did so that we could get your review.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, best ship. Did we go over best ship? There's only one ship. But
best
I
ship.
don't.
Only one ship.
It's obvious. Me and the macrophage. Duh.
No, what you should have said, it's the Killer T-Cell and Commander T-Cell.
Dude, actually though, I can get behind that 100%.
Yes, they have such a good relationship. How they start off like as rivals and they're mad at each other, and then the
And they
Commander
grow up and they're
is
still
like
mad
super
at each
good
other.
at his job, and then the Killer T-Cell is this little whiny brat kid, and then he grows up, and then you see them like kind of reverse roles, where the Killer T-Cell becomes this huge like basically like he leads all the other guys, and the Commander's kind of like I don't know how you describe it. Like he's very more concerned about little stuff, I guess, like his tea and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Best ship for me is red blood cell and white blood cell, and I wanted to see them get closer, but it didn't happen.
Well, I mean, they only got 20 days max.
I know, but they could make them count. It's war.
It's war. Season 2, maybe we'll get more.
Is there a season 2 coming?
Yep. No date yet, but they confirmed they're making a season 2.
That sounds like it could be very bad.
I heard people like the manga.
Okay.
Yeah, why didn't you read the manga for us?
Because honestly, the show bored me so much that I didn't want to go read the manga.
Yeah, I feel you. I got you.
This was a hard watch for me, guys.
I just realized something, Tim. In the last episode, I'm watching it looking for platelets. You know how they switch out all the weapons for the macrophages with, like, surfboards and, like, weird stuff like that?
Beat them up with, like, a hockey stick and stuff.
Yeah, I just realized and they actually use them as weapons and beat the shit out of them with, like, toys.
That's just because the macrophages are so cool. They don't
They
even care.
are. The macrophages are my favorite. The macrophages and the
But they're
NK
best
cells.
when they're in their, like, nuclear suits.
No, you're wrong in every way. You're absolutely
true.
incorrect. No. Stop what you're saying.
Hilarious.
As quit
It's
it.
like the
As
stop
pyro
right
on
there.
steroids.
As you gotta quit it.
What?
They're terrible in the suits.
No, they're great.
They're, like, breathing hard.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
The thumb.
I did it, guy sensei.
Okay.
We didn't even talk about the that one cell that, like, sprays stuff.
Cell?
The B cell.
Cell?
What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about him?
Hey, he's okay, I guess.
He seems like someone. He seems
Are
like
we-
someone that
Yeah.
we wouldn't
He's
trust.
like, are we not even gonna talk about him? Yeah, say something. He's cool.
Like, he doesn't.
Chill,
Like, he's.
dude.
I guess he's just there for like comic relief, because he shows up during the pollen one and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got this, guys," and then he makes things worse and he's like arguing with the memory cell about it, or not the memory cell, but fat cell.
He seems like someone that we wouldn't trust, like Baseball Boy from My Little Monster.
Basically a baseball boy.
Wait, who are we talking about
Yeah.
again?
Different suit.
The
Cell.
Ghostbuster cell who like sprays stuff.
The macrophage? The macrophage
No.
but in the suit?
No.
No, Luigi.
No,
Luigi.
he's like the guy in like a work suit that
He
has
sprays.
this.
Super
I think he
soaker ready to
sprays
go?
like antibodies, right?
Yeah, he
That's what
sprays
it's
like
Yeah, no. I would trust him, but I wouldn't hang out with him just because he kind of seems like a little shithead.
Well, he also
I don't think we
ran away
jive.
when things got bad. He's
Yeah.
like, "I'll be right back," and then he just leaves.
Gotta
Yeah.
go back to my research.
Yeah.
I don't think we jive very well. I don't know. He's just too I don't know, like a little. I don't know. I just don't like him.
I want more fat cell.
Fat
Can
Cell
we
was.
get more Fat Cell?
I liked Fat Cell. What
Great.
episode was she in? Was she in
Couple.
She was in
a couple,
that
and then they
pollen
just
one.
disappeared.
Yeah, she was.
I
big
don't
in the
remember
pollen one, though.
Fat Cell like at all.
Yes,
She-
The diligent, hardworking gal.
She
Hold
was
on.
like the
Just
one who
doing what the
triggered
manual
the,
told her.
I think the histamines to like spray.
What does she look like?
Just
Uh,
vanilla.
Like
she's
dark
real plain.
hair.
Lab coat.
Oh,
Dark
her.
hair.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in the chair.
Right, I remember her. I remember.
She's best girl
Is she?
for me.
There was
Really?
also
Cool.
that one lady from episode what was it? 9, where she was like looking over the killer T cell and the commander T cell, but she doesn't really show
Yeah.
up anywhere else.
I was
Just
looking
that
at
episode.
yeah.
Her other name that she
Childhood
likes to be
friend
called
cell?
is Mast Cell.
Mast Cell, thank you.
Yeah.
I can't remember the other names.
Yeah, she's
Well,
like
Mast
a
Cell is just.
She
It
doesn't
was
want people to
Mast
call her a
and
fat cell.
Fat. Yeah.
Should they even call it a fat cell? Nobody knows.
Why? Yeah. Why is it? I'm gonna look that up.
I don't know. It's just a nickname it has.
So for every single listener we get on this episode, Matt is going to do a 1/4-mile run, and he's going to do them all at once, and he's going to stream them. And are you also going to eat Peeps and Coke while you do this?
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll eat. Oh fuck. I'll eat.
Swear jar.
I'll eat one
Swear
peep.
jar.
This is not Nanoland. This is international
war.
waters. It's war.
This is war.
I'm
It's
allowed
war.
to curse here.
It's war.
For every
No, you're
1/4
not.
mile, I'll eat one peep. So for every
So it's a peep per person,
it's a
basically.
peep. I'll eat a
Peep per
peep
person.
for every one of you, and Steve will help me stream it. Maybe I don't know. I'll ask him, and then I'll
Okay.
probably
Cool.
throw up. I'll do it, and should I do it until I throw up, or do it until I'm done? I'll do it till
No,
I'm done.
you do it for every 1/4 mile that you have to do.
I know. I'm just saying, if I throw up and I'm not done yet, do I want to keep going?
Yeah. Gotta keep going. You can take your bucket with you.
I'll finish it no matter what. I'll finish it no matter how many people watch.
Finish the
or
fight.
listen.
And then
Oh,
we'll
I'm
get
not
a
looking forward to
snapshot
this.
of what's happening inside your body as you go into shock.
Hey, if you have any suggestions for other ways we can torture Matt for listens,
Matt will get the heat stroke.
email us at theairweweeb@gmail.com.
This better get more people
That's
to listen.
TheairWeeeb@gmail.com.
Wonderful.
I hate this.
Well, you
Volunteered.
volunteered.
I know. No, I'll do it. I'm just not happy about it.
Good.
So next week we're doing Violet Evergarden. A lot of our
Yay.
It's War jokes will make more sense after Violet Evergarden because it's war in Violet Evergarden. So
It's war.
it's
It's
war.
war. It's war.
War.
It's fine because it's war. And Tim, you've got a Weeb word of the day for us. What is that?
All right, so unfortunately, we already did Shine for our My Hero episode because that would have been perfect for this one. But today's Weeb word of the day is going to be Saibo. Saibo means cell in Japanese. So,
We are
Now you know.
cells at work.
exactly. So, make sure you tell all your friends.